Hi, my name is Ben Allen. I'm the principal at Allen CIO. We provide strategic IT consulting for manufacturing companies. Today, I have the pleasure of being joined by Anthony Prichard. Anthony Prichard owns Anthony Prichard Communications, someone I met through a Rotary program I went to probably 6 or 7 years ago. And I've come to recognize that he is a true expert in the digital marketing age. And I want to share a little bit about what he's done for me in the past. And I have a number of questions for him on how to improve my digital marketing. I want to start off by just giving you a little bit of background. So first of all, with my company, I I create video blogs. So on my screen, you can see that I interview people on a number of topics, such as HR technology or talent pipelines. Everything relates to manufacturing, but I've kind of run into a rut. I'm getting 50, 60, 70 views on these over the course of a month. And what I want is to be able to go back to what Anthony did for me back in 2017. He helped me create a couple of videos, and those videos, you can see that I've been posting videos, and over here on the right, I've got 50, 20, 30 videos. But when Anthony helped me out back in 2017, he actually was able to get me almost 5,000 views on a computer security video that we did together, over 2,000 views. And if you go to YouTube and type in Computer Security Denver, you'll find out that I'm the first listing that comes up. And so I want to introduce Anthony Prichard, talk a little bit more about this. But Anthony Prichard, please, I welcome you today to our show to talk a little bit about your efforts and how we can pull off getting better views on the videos that we post.
Yeah, great introduction. Thanks so much, Ben. I'm going to show my screen where that proof of concept exists. So if you go to YouTube and you type in Computer Security Denver, that video actually comes up. And I want to thank you for prompting me to do this show with you today, Ben. I'm really loving to teach this concept, because here it is, your most valuable keyword, because your office is in Denver and you can easily get to any companies in Denver who are looking for better computer security. You've placed your business in the best position possible for people who are looking for you and have that need. Why don't we just play the video and see if the viewers at home can listen to. It's only a minute long. Can you hear that, Ben?
I can.
I'm assuming that the people watching at home can hear it as well. Then we're going for it.
Do you have a computer security plan?
I think the server just went down.
Oh no, I think it was me.
What do you mean?
There are two types of businesses out there: those that have had a computer security incident and those that will. My name is Ben Allen. I'm president of Allen Technology. The absolute number one thing a business can do to protect itself from ransomware is training. My company has almost 20 years of experience fighting cybersecurity attacks. We've seen firsthand the value of proper education. That is why we offer a complimentary 30-minute session training your staff on how you can avoid costly computer security threats.
All right, so that follows the theory that the most human company wins. We went ahead and we got Ben in his office and gave people a chance to just make their own choice. Is this somebody that I can see myself working with or not? And how has it worked for you? Anybody Or what kind I mean, obviously you've received some views. You think some of your past clients were able to build a better relationship by watching your video online before they met you in person?
Well, absolutely. And the reason I know that is they've commented on it. I'd like to add one small point. Allen Technology Advising in 2018, I sold to Platte River Networks.
Mhm.
So I think I might have gotten a better price for the company because of you, Anthony. So thanks so much for that. But
Yeah.
yeah, so tell me a little bit besides, I mean, you helped me put together that video. That was you structuring it, taking the different shots, explain to me what I need to do. Talk to me about what else you did behind the scenes to pull that off.
Okay, right. So if you want to go ahead and look at your other screen and open up that video in the details section, that's a little pencil. There you go. And you can see that the title is for your most valuable keyword, Computer Security Denver. And then in the description, which is directly below the title, you're also going to find Computer Security Denver. And I've got a little formula that I use to index this properly to give the Google spiders the information they're looking for.
Nice. And so it's the address. Tell me about the social media links that you helped me place on the bottom.
Hmm. Well, this is a white hat SEO technique. And by putting in these popular URLs that conform to the same information, you're sending the right signal to Google that you're a reputable, established company that participates actively in their digital presence. So all these little characters are matching up, and they're demonstrating that you're not a fly-by-night company, that you do provide computer security in Denver, and Google can verify that by using its multiple different frames of reference, especially in YouTube videos.
Got it. I seem to recall I spent some money on this, and I don't know if you know the details of that, but
Mhm.
I'd love for you to share a little bit about that. But also, is that going to be necessary for the other videos that I do? Can you tell me what the benefits is? It something that I should use consistently where I do pay some money to get better ranking of the videos that I've done? Tell me about that, Anthony.
Yeah, we ran a little 30-day campaign, and we spent, I think, 5 cents per view for anyone who typed in Computer Security Denver and clicked on the ad. But we're probably happy to pay 5 cents a view for people who are actually actively in the market for computer security. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, and we boosted up the views in that 30 days and hopefully expanded the reach of your brand awareness in the geographical area that we selected, which I think was Lakewood and Denver and Arvada in that area.
Yeah. Second part of the question was, you've seen the videos I do on my particular website.
Oh yeah.
Is it going to be necessary there as well if I want to boost those particular videos? Right now, of course, they are going into YouTube to watch those particular videos. You just taught me one thing new, which is when I am in YouTube, I'm going to want to use the wording that you described, the title, the information that's in there. Is the actual process of paying for this beneficial as well, or can I get away with not paying money and still getting pretty good views?
Great question. And I would create what's called an ad sequence campaign. Your ad sequence is a natural relationship building funnel, and it works like this. The first video you put on the front end of this sequence is your introduction video, kind of like the one we recorded 3 years ago, but you'd have to rebrand it, obviously.
Yeah.
And then what Google's going to do is they're going to sequence additional videos, and they're only going to show those videos to people who watched the first video.
Yeah.
So that means the only people you'll be spending money on are the people who are actually interested in watching your videos, which is exactly the perfect demographic for you to spend money on. It's a waste of money to spend on people who really aren't interested in watching your videos. But for those people who do like your content, well, then of course you'd want to make it accessible to them, or as most accessible as possible.
You earlier you mentioned 5 cents. I suppose in Google YouTube land, the words that you choose dictate the price, or what? How did they come up? How did we come up with 5 cents back in 2017?
Well, competitive nature of the placement is what determines the price. So currently in your digital marketplace, Ben, computer security as a pay-per-click ad is probably $25 to $50 a click, and
Yeah,
that's because there is a high price point for computer security. Obviously, it's protecting an even bigger asset. So now,
got it.
now all you would do as an advertiser then is look at places that are less competitive and just as effective online. Well, everybody is very familiar with what pay-per-click is at this point, but not very many advertisers or advertising agencies have ever explored video advertising to this dimension, and it's easily accessible to a business owner who only wants to learn one type of campaign. You don't have to be an advertising agency in order to use Google Ads. You can just set up one campaign and simply turn it on and turn it off at your leisure.
Yeah,
And based on your own, traffic that you're receiving and analyzing, you can make that call. And so this is a good way to stay top of mind with people who are in your radar screen.
you touched on this a little bit, and I think it's the case. We've not talked about this, but the reason that I am doing video interviews as a marketing technique is I've been told it is the #1 technique to demonstrate expertise and market in the current era. True or false? What do you say?
Oh, that's absolutely true, Ben. Content is king, and we are building relationships virtually before we're building them in person. And in some cases, we're not meeting in person ever. We're
Yeah.
just creating these high trust relationships completely through the internet. And that's something that a lot of people have not anticipated or have not even accepted yet. And I think those are the businesses that are going to really feel the hurt of this new environment that we're in.
Yeah. I do think it's interesting that that video that I did on my screen. Show me that one more time, if you wouldn't mind, Anthony. Do I need to share?
I think you've got the screen,
Got
but
it.
you're on your website, so you got to go back to your video.
I'm all over it. I got it. So this particular video of Sylvia Robinson, I think it's funny today.
Mhm.
I got a email from HR director in Sweden, Lund, Sweden, that says Sylvia talks about getting interns from local community colleges. Can you link me up with her to get more information about that? And I was like, that's awesome. That's what this does. I want to bring back one other point before we try and bring this to a close.
Mhm.
These particular videos that I'm looking at, if I get 5,000 views at 5 cents, that's $250. You know what? I really don't want to spend $250 every video that I do, which sometimes, this is 2 videos. I was doing a video a week for a while.
Yeah.
Is there a happy medium there? Or, I like I said, I would prefer not to spend money by just changing the content, using the rules you described at the beginning of our conversation today. Is that enough, or what's your 2 cents on the fact that I want to be recognized and I need more than 50 or 60 views on these, I feel, to really get the recognition I'm looking for?
Yeah, that's a very pertinent question, Ben, because a lot of business leaders and a lot of business managers are assuming the role of a video spokesperson because they recognize the value of their time and they'd like video to do a lot of the work for them instead of repeating themselves over and over again. So the right sequence for a video spokesperson is to start with the free version or the no cost, no paid ad version of communications through video, prove to themselves that they are indeed a competent video communicator. I got to slow down a little bit here. And then once they've created a piece of content that they know is impactful, makes a good result from the person who's watching it, well, then that would be the time to start thinking about paying for better placement. And that's what you're paying for, is to place your video in front of the right person. And when I say to anyone that I'm starting that out with, who do we show our ads to? It's to this person, the most profitable persona. And that person has the most amount of money, naturally, and the highest demand for what you do. And that's who you make your first video for, because that's where you're going to make the most sense for your business. And that's the reason for being in business, is to make your services accessible to the person that wants them, needs them, and can use them the most.
Yeah. Anthony, I think that's a great transition to end this conversation with you. I want to have you share one last story with us, if you don't mind. One of the things that you do is, Dog and Pony Show is not an appropriate name. I would say it's more of a magic trick that you do, that if organizations like Rotary Clubs Kiwanis bring you into their club so that you can share video marketing, you have a little story that you've shared with me as far as getting some information from the audience and doing a little video with a kind of surprise ending on how that video can be accessed. Would you mind sharing the story I'm teeing you up for right now? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, the YouTube indexing formula. You were right to show that at the very beginning, because people are amazed that I can create a video in front of a class live and upload that video to YouTube and get it to rank on the first page of Google for their most valuable keyword. And the way I do that is with this formula. And these are the videos that I've done it for in the past. I don't know if they're still on the first page, because they were made in the past, and competitors may have made a newer video with the same keyword or whatever it may be. But these are a list of videos that I have created that show up on the first page of Google, which is responsible for millions of dollars in revenue at this point. And how do I do that? For free, by simply doing the proper indexing. And that starts with keywords. And these two tools you can use for free. One of them is called SpyFu and the other one's called lsigraph.com. And then step 2, like I showed in Ben's video, is to properly index this with the snippet, the longer description. You're going to put in any other YouTube videos that you've created that are somewhat related to this video. You can insert other resources throughout the internet, like Wikipedia links, or anybody who's not your competitor, basically, that gives similar information. Then this is the most important: your NAP, your name, address, and phone number, or your citation. That exists all over the internet. And by putting your own address into your video, you're showing that you're very reliable and relevant. And so then step 3, go down to the meta tags, put those keywords in. Step 4 and 5 is creating the thumbnail, and that's for the videos in the suggested videos column on the right. Your video will compete better when you use your custom thumbnail. And that's my offer at the end. I have, let's see, exit this. I offer this mobile studio stick, which is my patented invention. And here I've got the official patent, Ben. I think you're pulling yours out because you bought one from me, didn't you? There
I did.
There
right
it is.
there.
It's right at your desk. You can use it all the time. Yeah. It's convenient. It's mobile. It's small. It gives you the angle you want, and it comes with a microphone, and then you never have an excuse not to make a video. And with the age we're growing into, making videos more common, and the best time to make a video is when the idea comes to you, because that's when it's fresh. And if you forget it, then you might not do it. You might procrastinate, and the energy is just not going to be there as well. What have you found? I mean, you're so much of a good video creator now. I'm so proud of what you've done with it.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. It's, again, you were the original inspiration. I've done a lot of videos that were really lousy because I knew the only way you get good is to do it over and over. So Anthony, again, Anthony is with, if you go to anthonyprichard.com, you can see his work. I recommend him highly. And Anthony, what a pleasure it was today to do this interview with you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Ben. I'll see you later.
All right.